You want to poke it?
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they...
What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. So it's Friday. We made it to the weekend. Yeah, congratulations. If we have a look, okay. So there's a little bit of red. But after yesterday, did you honestly not expect a little bit of a dip? Some people taking a little bit of profits. I certainly was expecting this. So we had about a $3 billion drop overnight, but it's having minor effects across the board. You know, Bitcoin down 0.5%, Bitcoin Cash 1.4. You have Ethereum still doing quite well. If we have a look at the market, it's around $198 billion. I really wish we were above that 200 mark. It's like a psychological number, but what are you going to do? Bitcoin dominance at 56.3 with a $6,468 Bitcoin. So obviously, if we have a look at the Bitcoin dominance, you'll see that it has been rising steadily. Now, right around May 3rd, that was like the last big altcoin rally. A lot of people have been asking, you know, when next alt season. I mean, at this point, at the rate that Bitcoin's going up right now, it seems like Bitcoin is really the main focus. And obviously, if the market cap stays the same, Bitcoin dominance goes up, altcoins lose value. It's just the ratio. So if we have a look at today at some of the biggest gainers, we do have our chain up 26%, which is crazy. We were just talking about that in the crypto chat. We also have Aurora, Dropple, DigixDAO, MOAC, Maker, ARK, Funfair, Eternity, Decred, NXT, Metaverse, Zcoin, and Huobi Token. So moving on to the news today. Actually, before we get into the news, I had something I wanted to say real quick. So Steven from Bridge Protocol actually sent me a box of all different types of stuff to say thank you. You know, it had like pens and stickers and stuff like that. And he also had a t-shirt too. So I have one men's large if anybody wants it. It just has the logo right there, nothing on the back. I'm totally happy to give this away for free, guys. So just, obviously, I only have one shirt. So if you're interested, just drop a comment below saying that you want the shirt. Make sure you mention the shirt because some people are just going to comment on the video. And I'll do like a lottery tomorrow on a thing, and you know, there you go. So I think that's like my first physical giveaway I've ever done. So, you know, thanks Steven, I appreciate it for you know, the kind gifts and everything. So moving on, what happened with this market? So we have fake FUD blamed for market slump. One Bitcoin whale proves otherwise. So there was so many different speculations over why the market was taking a dip. Some people were saying it was the whole Goldman Sachs fake news, right, which turned out to not even be accurate, obviously. Then we also had people saying that there was that wallet that had it had over 100,000 Bitcoin in it at one time that had moved. Some people thought it might have been the Silk Road, that Dread Pirate Robert guy, whatever his name is. Then some people were saying that it might have been Mt. Gox, etc. So they said that actually neither the correlation or even the news itself turned out to be true. So Goldman Sachs CFO Marty Chavez told TechCrunch that you know, the fake news really didn't even come out. It actually came out in the middle of the downfall of the decline, right? So it couldn't have really been the cause. However, if we have a look at the chart over here, you see here's where the whale started moving the Bitcoins according to Chainalysis. Then you have the Reddit post. And then here's where the Goldman Sachs report actually came out. So it was in the middle of the dump, but I think it really added to it. I think it just made it worse. You know, like we had already gone from here to here. Then that came out and it didn't help, although it wasn't the actual cause of it. So it just kind of goes to show how crazy we can get over this FUD, and we just kind of create like a whirlwind of a perfect storm, and then there you go, you know, crypto volatility at its finest. Now, if we move forward, we do have Mike Novogratz saying that he believes that that was the bottom. Why do I wish this wasn't on CNBC? Anyway, he says, I think we put in a low yesterday. He wrote this in a tweet. He also noted that Bloomberg Galaxy Crypto Index, which measures the performance of the largest digital currencies traded in dollars, retouched the highs of late last year and the point of acceleration that led to the massive rally bubble. So, is it the bottom? Oh, sure wish it was. Sure wish it was, but we will see for sure. Like I mean, you know, CNBC, I tend to bet against them, really. It seems like the way to go, but we will see. However, you do have the CCO of BitPay saying that altcoins will never come back. He says, but next year you'll see the talk of big entrants become real, where you'll see Goldman does launch a trading desk, Fidelity does launch a Bitcoin product, Square offers Bitcoin processing for merchants, BlackRock launches an ETF. So all that will become real, and you'll see some adoption actually, and the price will bounce back up. He says, however, while predicting that Bitcoin will rebound, He is very bearish on altcoins, saying that they will never come back to their previous levels, stating that firms like Fidelity and BlackRock are not going to launch altcoin products, they're going to launch Bitcoin products. Well, I disagree with this for the simple fact that people are speculators, and when the price of Bitcoin starts to go back up again, whether this is, through these custody or if they're whatever the situation is, you're still going to have an insurgence of new people coming in again, just like they did last time, and eventually Bitcoin's gaining percentages isn't going to be enough, and, they're going to start gambling on the altcoin markets again. So I actually completely disagree with that. I don't think altcoins are dead. I think they're going through a very, very, very rough time right now. I think most people can agree Bitcoin will be fine. I do think that the altcoins will come back. Not all of them, but I think the good ones will. That's my opinion. But what do I know? I just look at this stuff every single day. So anyway, talking about Vitalik. So we did have that thing that came out where he says that, the crypto ecosystem will never have a chance to 1000x. Then he says, correction, I was speaking about price. But what's interesting is you actually have CZ from Binance coming out, and he says that the crypto market will absolutely grow 1000x and more. He says, I still disagree with this. I will say crypto will absolutely grow 1000x and more. Just reaching USD market cap will give it close to 1000x. That's just one currency with severely restricted use case, and the derivatives market is so much bigger. Now, I just want to point this out. That would bring us to a $200 trillion market cap. That's incredibly high, just to put that into perspective. But anyway, he also goes in to say that a 1,000-fold increase in price can be portrayed as an unrealistic target if it is evaluated based on the traditional market size, implying that the cryptocurrency market could surpass the traditional finance market. You also can't use traditional market size to measure potential for new technologies or industries. If you used, and people have, taxi market size to estimate Uber's potential, you would be off by quite a bit. Saying that you can't compare the adoption of Uber to how many taxi drivers there are, because Uber really opened it up for the average individual to become a taxi driver and not have to go through, the process. So yeah, you just have to take everything with a grain of salt. Another thing too I wanted to point out now, you have Google removing at least 3 major cryptocurrency wallets from its Play Store overnight. So you have which ones did they remove specifically? It says in here. So you have the Bitcoin wallet, which is managed by Bitcoin. You have CoPay and BitPay as well. So the interesting thing is that Google said that it was because they no longer allow cryptocurrency mining apps. But none of these apps that they removed actually have any crypto mining inside of the wallet. But currently the only one that's been put back up is the Bitcoin.com wallet. So this is very interesting. You have Google kind of just stepping in, doing whatever they want to do because they can. And what's interesting is you actually have Brave Browser having a recent complaint that was filed against Google and other firms in Great Britain and Ireland. So the essence of the complaint is simply to report Google and agencies, but also to trigger a European privacy regulation in the new European General Data Protection Regulation, or the GDPR. So the regulation, once triggered, will implement an EU-wide investigation. So this is like this is why they're doing it. So they say there's a massive and systematic data breach at the heart of the behavioral advertising industry. Despite the 2-year lead-in period before the GDPR, ad tech companies have failed to comply. Brave's chief policy officer Johnny Ryan told Reuters recently. The complaint also states that when users visit a website, their details are given to dozens of companies without their knowledge or consent for ad placement. So have you ever been just talking about something to a friend, like talking about, I don't know, anything, and then all of a sudden you look and that comes up in an ad? It's like, are they listening? Or how? Here's a funny story. This is the truth. So I actually sell things on eBay, right? And there was this one time, I sell records, like vinyl records. And there was this one time where I was on Facebook, this was like a year ago, and Facebook was like, hey, we found something you might be interested in. And it was literally my record, like the one that I listed. And they were recommending it to me because I had frequently visited the page. Creepy. So anyway, moving on, no surprise. So we have Ethereum's Vlad Zamfir claims a breakthrough in blockchain sharding. Now this is big news for Ethereum. So built with the help of several other developers, the code is said to demonstrate how different Ethereum shards may be able to someday communicate on the blockchain. While many Ethereum developers, including Ethereum creator Vitalik Buterin, are working toward making sharding a part of Ethereum's roadmap, it's still a work in progress, unfortunately estimated to be released not for another 2 years, which is quite unfortunate when we have things like Zilliqa who are currently doing it as we speak. So you have to think about that competition. However, Ethereum does have the largest developer base for any smart contract platform in the world. So that does give it first mover advantage. So he says, we were able to show how Ethereum's native cryptocurrency ETH and other messages can be sent securely across a sharded blockchain available on open source code repository GitHub. The proof of concept comes with a visualizer that allows users to download and stimulate the code base, although the current proof of work isn't completely finalized, but it does sound like positive news moving forward for Ethereum. We also have some news, some wallet news. We have AION. So after extensive deployment testing and auditing by both their core development team and trusted third parties, the AION desktop wallet for Mac, Windows, and Linux are now available for download. And these are going to be used primarily just for the AION coin right now. They don't mention anything about ERC20s or anything. It looks like it's just solely for AION. So obviously that's for their native token. We also have some updates from the ARK wallet as well. We have version 1.2. So the biggest difference basically is the ARK-based blockchains to the mobile wallet. So this was a popular request. So basically, you can add different ARK-based networks to the mobile wallet, similar to the current desktop wallet. Now, other ARK-based projects can be added from within the mobile wallet. This opens the door for developers to test their custom bridge chains using the mobile wallet. We also have Quoine officially launching their Liquid platform. So this was kind of talked about at the end of August. They officially merged CoinEx and Cryptos, which... well, crypto's whatever. Some people really weren't a fan of it. But anyway, so if you visited any of these sites, you were greeted with this right here that says CoinEx is now Liquid. So what is the point of this? Well, essentially with the Liquid platform, if one exchange loses liquidity, they'll be able to borrow from another exchange, having an interwoven network bridging all major exchanges. This is really important. Obviously, liquidity is a huge issue, especially on decentralized exchanges. It's so difficult to buy or sell anything on some of these exchanges. There's like literally nothing going on. So the end of the roadmap in the QASH white paper calls for a release of the QASH blockchain in Q2 of 2019 with a full banking license later this year. So that's a lot of news for, Quoine as well moving forward. So we do have some other coin news, no pun intended as well. So we have Vechain. They're just basically showing how this works on WeChat, Alipay, or any other QR code scanner. So they're scanning a bottle of wine right here. I can't read it because this is obviously not in my native language, but I assume it's verifying it, saying where it came from, yeah, etc. So there you go. We have the Vechain app working perfectly fine. We also have an updated Barnyard Network ecosystem, kind of a wheel you can see right here. Kind of goes into everything right here. So if you guys are interested, they kind of came out of the woodworks and really just started promoting it recently. So just kind of, helping them out with that. You also have Seedit. So they kind of go into how you can use this tipping on Twitter. So a lot of people have been using this lately. I think it's really cool. If you guys are interested in how you can send and receive these tips, using Tron, check it out. I'll drop that below. Okay, so it's official. It's official, guys. Trade Satoshi to delist Bitconnect amid indications of the comeback in social media, which means that there are officially no exchanges where you can buy and sell Bitconnect. It's officially dead. I'm not going to do it.
Bitconnect.
Okay, I had to. It was the last one. So that's it. Nail in the coffin for Bitconnect. All right, moving on. So we do have Switcheo now. They have the upcoming launch of the ERC20. They say witness an evolution in simplicity with our all new and improved trading interface coming to you soon with Callisto update. Now this is exciting because I was not impressed with Switcheo's original version when they first came out. They did the overhaul, they did the upgrade. I absolutely love Switcheo. It's a pleasure to use it. It works, it's integrated with the Ledger Nano. If they add the ERC20 support, I could definitely see Switcheo being a major competitor to my other favorite decentralized exchange currently, which is IDEX. So obviously everyone's waiting on the Neon Exchange to come out. Now, the Neon Exchange is a whole nother animal, okay? They got a whole lot of other things going on, but in the meantime, this could potentially put Switcheo, in my opinion, as the top DEX. So definitely keep a lookout for Switcheo. I don't know what it's going to do price-wise, but definitely keep a lookout for that as far as usability goes. We also have, they say, just over 1 week left to swap your ERC20 ICX tokens on the mainnet. If you don't do the swap, you'll be that awkward millionaire with monopoly money in the great pump of 2127. Geez, I hope it doesn't take that long. Tutorial and video below. So here we go. If you guys are interested, if you have not swapped your tokens, what are you waiting for? Swap them now. The exchanges, they already did it, so you missed it if you didn't do it on that. So now you have to use the Iconics wallet. Also, if you guys didn't check this out, Blockchain Brad had an interview with Min Kim. They go into pretty much talk about where their direction is going and what Icon's up to. Not a very technical interview, but for those of you that are interested in the community that have been asking a lot of questions, I know I've been one of them, definitely have a look at that. I'll drop that below. We also have the high-performance blockchain mainnet swap supporting exchanges that have our Buybox, OKX, and KuCoin. This guy kind of goes into explain a little bit right here.
So again, just to confirm here from the official HPV page on Facebook, you can see over here our wallet app will be launched on 10th of September. That has already happened, and the mainnet will go live on 24 September. The HPB.
So yeah, I mean, he already gave the information. If you guys need help, I'll drop that below. But really, seriously, obviously never recommend keeping it on exchanges. But if you want, Buybox, OKX, and KuCoin are offering that high-performance blockchain swap. We also have 5 blockchain technology projects set to disrupt real industries. Now, this is clearly an opinion from Bitcoin Exchange Guide. So Hashgraph, okay, a lot of mixed feelings about that. Basic Attention Token, okay. Like I said, I'm still not happy with the fact that they won't pay me because I live in New York. Absolute crap, but okay. Skynet, that looks like an interesting project. Nano is like, I feel like Nano is what Bitcoin like should have been, but what are you gonna do? And Polkadot. So have a look at this. Let me know your opinion on this. If you think these are the top 5 that are going to really disrupt it. So we also have Vitalik Buterin. They say he drops the crypto mic on EOS, Bitcoin, Monero, Zcash, and Ethereum. So there's this video over here where he discusses on-chain governance. He clearly isn't really a fan of it too much. He has a lot to say. In fact, I'm going to drop this section where he actually goes into his opinions on EOS. So his opinion's not mine, but there you go.
So if you look at EOS has these 21 delegate slots. And to get into one of these delegate slots, you have to basically vote, or you have to have people with enough coins vote for you, right? Now, in total, about 17% of the EOS holders have voted at all. And out of those, the delegate that has the largest number of votes is Bitfinex. And Bitfinex only has about 3.5% or so of all the ETH voting for it. Out of that 3.5%, 1.8% is coins that are owned by Bitfinex themselves. And the other 1.7% is just random people. So with that 1.8%, Bitfinex was basically able to single-handedly get themselves into this list of 21 delegates when they otherwise would not have been able to get in there. And what this privilege gives them is it basically gives them the ability to take a share of the 1% a year annual interest that's allocated to Bitfinex or that's allocated to EOS delegates. So basically, what this voting mechanism has created is it creates this kind of superlinear pro-plutocratic effect where if you're big enough, then, and specifically if you're big enough to have more than 1.8% of all the coins, you have enough votes that you can use to basically buy up a delegate slot and then use that delegate slot to earn even more money and get access to this crazy special 2.64% extra premium interest rate that no one else has access to. So that's one example of how I think like coin voting governance really manages to fail in the case of allocating capital.
So it definitely is a difficult thing. Governance is one of those, I mean, there's even projects that have come out solely related to just governance and how to solve governance. So there's always going to be a different viewpoint on this. Which one is going to be the best? I guess time will just tell, really. Whatever one's, it's really trial and error. It's so experimental right now. So we also have, let's talk about some other things real quick before we go. We have Google's top fraud fighter. His name is Mark Reicher, and he's saying that it's very risky to brag about owning Bitcoin. Because when you brag about it on public message boards, you could become a target. Scammers today often research potential victims before approaching them using info from social media and other sources, or they target crypto YouTubers. But yeah, obviously, guys, don't brag about your crypto. I mean, be humble and whatever. I don't know. So we also have DeStream implementing the Lightning Network. Now, they haven't even come out yet, so we really have to see how they're going to do this. They're looking to implement it on the platform. It's basically going to create a decentralized streaming ecosystem that aims to reshape the sector through the use of blockchain protocol. I'm very interested in a streaming service using blockchain. Blockchain is not really generally been seen to be that good for video and streaming and things of that nature, but if they can pull it off, that's interesting. So this is obviously with a partnership that's been made with Bitfury. Now, these guys are in ICO phase right now, so yeah, we have to really see about that. You know, I'm not going to jump the gun on this news just yet. We have to see how that's going to roll out. And before we, exit, I just wanted to say, we do have a few good things. Obviously, Morgan Stanley is creating a derivatives product that will give traders synthetic exposure to the price of Bitcoin. Despite what's been going on with Goldman Sachs, they are looking into a custody product. They've put it a little lower down on the list, but that doesn't mean that they're getting rid of it. They also have plans to create a Bitcoin derivatives product that functions similarly to the cash-settled cryptocurrency futures contract. You also have Citigroup, so they have developed an instrument. It's calling a digital asset receipt, or a DAR, I guess. And this is going to give institutions and wealthy investors a new solution to buy in, could help accelerate cryptocurrency adoption quicker than hoped. We also have potentially the ETF coming out, and don't forget, we have Backed. So it's a very good day in crypto, guys. That's why it's Friday. It's Fun Friday. That's right. I'm wearing my Kitty Taco t-shirt. Oh yeah, you know it. Let's get it. Enjoy your weekend. It's been an awesome ride. I mean, we've had a crazy, crazy year in crypto so far. But it's the weekend. Go out and enjoy yourself. Don't stress yourself over this crazy crypto stuff. And also, I know there's a lot going on right now. I should have mentioned this earlier with the Carolinas and everything going on with this weather. I hope everyone is safe out there, and we're all here. You're in our minds. Please be safe. And yeah, I mean, that being said, guys, thank you so much for coming back to the channel. You guys are awesome. My name's K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, I love you guys, right? Stay crypto, and peace out.